So I gotta make this video. It's 8:30 in the morning, and I'm eating breakfast, but my breakfast is these delicious ribs. I mean, these are friggin' good. Or I had to wear a glove. I got that cut on my finger and blah, blah, blah. And so the bandage, yada, yada, yada. So I put the glove on. So I wouldn't get the bandage wet or, or dirty, and then I have to get it wet to wash my hands. So I wore the glove. But these ribs will look like, I eat that much meat off of it. And then now I give it to the pups. Now I give it to the girls, and they can finish the rest of the meat off it, and then they eat the bones, and they love it. And I love it too, but I love the bones. I mean the ribs. But like, look, let's see. But this is a whole slab. This is a whole slab. Look at this. Look at this rib. Look at this rib. Look at that. So, a lot of people, and it's awesome, but a lot of people get excited when they get a new car or an expensive electronic piece, and I get excited when it's grocery day. When I get food, screw grocery day. Anytime I get food, I'm so poor. But again, I never meant to get sick. I never meant to, go through medical issues and problems. I never counted on it. I always counted on, or I always thought I would just die. When the time was there. And this is why I don't eat on video. I mean, even though, like, when you eat, you have a conversation with someone you're eating with or whatever, yada yada. So it's not really different than that. But since I am the only one talking, like there's no one, like when I take a bite and I'm chewing, there's no one else engaging in the conversation. It's just always me. So it's like, and so look at that piece. I'm gonna leave that like that. Wait, no, just to show you. They're gonna love it. They always love rib day. Well, I love rib day, and we don't do ribs that often. I don't know, every month. Every month I do have a cheat day, other than my normal bullshit bland meals that I have, because routinely, I'll eat the damn same thing every day, you know what I'm saying? Rice and hamburger meat, or you know what I'm saying, or in broccoli, or yada yada, or chicken if it's good chicken, yeah, but I'll eat the same thing every day. And yesterday I got my herbal medicine, which is awesome. Today I get my prescription, my pill, or pill medicine, and that's today. But so that's why we're still here, because I gotta wait to sign for the shit, and they suck, and it's FedEx that does it, and so FedEx sucks. But it's not necessarily FedEx; it's the fucking drivers. But whatever. Look at that, it's a lobby, it's the barbecue rib. But I'll tell you, so these barbecue ribs though, it's a slab, and it's like 15, 18 something dollars, pre-cooked already, so they're ready to eat ribs. But of course, when I get them, I cut them into individual ribs, and then I put them in my air fry oven and I heat them up a little bit, so they're warm. So they're warm and then fall off the bone more, But delicious. But I have some food. Never enough, of course, but I mean, it's never enough just to live. Not just to, appease my. I got food. I mean, fuck, to eat, to live. I never have enough to live. Just a single man and with 2 dogs, but okay, but whatever, so I can survive. I have so far. But look at that. Look at that. Oh, whoops. So, I have 2 grocery days in the month. The beginning of the month and then kind of the mid-month, And it's not a lot, of course, just basic poor old man, whatever. But I was able to get my grocery order before the new month. So, and have you ever been eating and literally have to take a break because you're like, because this is a whole slab of ribs. I'm eating a whole slab of ribs for breakfast. And so, of course, just also I won't eat lunch, you know what I'm saying? Or I won't have lunch. I won't need a damn lunch. There's a slab of ribs. I'm eating a slab of ribs. And I'm not leaving a lot of meat on there, but I am leaving some meat again for the pups. Because they like ribs too. And then again, they like the bones, and the bones are good for them. So I got my little grocery order. Excuse me, and I said, well, I was doing the order and whatever. I seen the ribs, and I was like, shit, yeah, because it's Walmart or reminds you, things you purchased or don't forget or some shit, whatever. And there was the ribs, and I was like, oh yeah, ribs. Okay, so Homer Simpson and drooling, and so I was like, oh yeah, the ribs. So I got the ribs, but of course they came today, or what I'm saying, I scheduled it for this morning, and fudge. I mean, I'm like tired. I'm like, what is it, lethargic? I'm like, yeah. So, I got the order in. I turned the air fryer oven on. I took the ribs out of the package. I cut them up individually or whatever, rib. Look at that. Individual rib wise. And look, I'm gonna leave that one. And there's a lot of meat down at the bottom right here, my fingertips. I'm gonna leave that one for them. So I cut the ribs individual, put them on my little rack, aluminum foil, put them in the air fry oven. 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however long it was. But while they were in the air fry oven, when they were heating up, look at this one. They're gonna love that little piece right there. It's a little chunky piece right there, but they're gonna love that. But so, I love my pups. But so, put them in the air fry oven. Then I twisted up and down a hooch, and I put some crumble in it. So well, I can't get it, but so I couldn't even do half of it yet, or I'm getting faded, and it's it's wake and bake and shit, and I could smell the ribs. Well, so and I could smell the ribs. Oh yeah, and I got faded, and again I couldn't even finish. I didn't even do half of it, and so I put it kind of in my little putter outer or whatever, dowser or whatever, and broke the ribs out, and it was nice and warm like they are now, but so look at this. This one is giant. Look at this one. Oh my God. There. Those 2 bites it's like almost a damn big rib. Just those 2 bites. But look at this big chunk right here at my thumb. But so I'm telling you. So now my belly's full. I'm full. I am full right now. I got this and 1 little rib left, and I am full. But so when I open the ribs, when I open the package, oh my God. And I want to show you the bite because it's a big ass chunk of meat, but you can see, but when I open the package, it's smothered in barbecue sauce, and I literally squish all the barbecue sauce I can off of the shit because it's already cooked in it. It's already soaked in it. You know what I'm saying? You don't need any drip in sauce, or I mean, some people might like it like that, but you don't need, because again, it's pre-cooked in the sauce, and then douse soaked and then stored in sauce. And so for me, I don't like it runny and drippy and yada yada. So I wipe all the sauce off again because it's baked already in sauce and shit or whatever, And so look at now. I got those big chunks. So I'll leave that one. There's a big chunk right there that's still at my finger right. But I'm gonna show you though what they're gonna get. This is the last one. But so look at this one. This one, look what. Look at that bite. Look at that big ass piece of meat. And that's all. Look at that. All that's meat. But still, there's I think I just leave this one. Also, just a big ass chunk of meat. Just a big ass piece of meat with a little bone. Yeah, that's for the girls. That's a lunch right there for a baby, pretty much. But they're gonna get it. I'm done. Hell, I might need a nap now while I'm waiting on the medicine to be delivered. Well, actually, we're waiting on their treats to be delivered today. We have, we subscribe with the Amazon, and they deliver the treats every whatever time every month, and yeah. I mean, that's a whole other story, but that's why a lot of times I'm always in the hole but blah blah. But but the one I got a sign for the meds, so we're not really waiting on the treats, although they're delivered today. We're not really waiting on them. We're waiting on the meds because I have to sign for it. But that's coming today. But I could take a nap until It's time to sign. Okay, so, but there's there's a couple, but at least there's at least two um, um, types of ready to eat ribs, packaged up or whatever from Walmart grocery or whatever, and I've noticed. There might be more. I mean, but to to my to my understanding and seeing and shopping at Walmart for years and delivery and yada from. But okay, so um, there's this one, and I wasn't even thinking to like even post a picture of the brand and shit, and I could look it up, but whatever. But so there's this one, and it's like it's the more expensive one, so I'm gonna say $18. But then there's one, and it's like 12 to this one's like 15 to 18. I'm gonna say 18, okay? And then there's one that's like 12 to 15, and it's of course it's cheaper. Well, so I had gotten this one, and then for some reason somehow way back when I first ribs when I first got them, it was this one, and then I was gonna get them again, and let's see now. And then I was gonna get them again, so I was looking, and there were two, and there was this one, and it was the cheaper one, and the cheaper one is in the Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce, and it's cheaper. So I was like, oh shit, okay, Jack Daniel's, dude. Even though I don't drink and shit, just Jack Daniel's, and whatever, and it was cheaper. Sorry. So I was like, yeah, well, let's do it, Jack Daniel. So I got it. Well, way smaller rack of ribs, slab of ribs, way smaller, and not just smaller. Well, it's smaller in every friggin' way. The slab is smaller, the ribs are smaller, the meat is. You might as well buy them and just give them to your dog, because so they can just eat whatever's meat on there, and then the ribs, the bones, because the bones are good for the dogs, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And yeah, so and it's not worth it. And to me, I don't eat chicken wings, wings, Hooters, all that shit. I never cared for chicken wings because there's not enough fucking chicken, they're a quarter a piece. Well, they're not worth that because you're buying bones. I mean, for me, my outlook and output, but also it's like chicken legs and yada yada. And I've seen people take a chicken leg and like on my cousin Benny, and the fat dude, he sticks the whole chicken leg in his mouth, pulls it, and it's the bone. You know what I'm saying? He ate the gristle, cartilage, and all that bullshit, tendons and all. And I won't do that, and I never have, never will, and that's just me. But I'm not downing anybody that have done that, and I've seen people do it besides my cousin Benny, and hey, again, that's cool, but I can't. I can't. My whole system doesn't work that way, and especially the thought process to eating that shit and then digestion, yada yada. But it just. It doesn't. My system doesn't do that. But so the Jack Daniel's ones, they're not good. I mean, they're good, but it's not good because it's not a healthy portion. Period. So it's, and even though they're cheap, but this one again, let's say 18, is worth it. It's well worth it. No question about it. And look, I just took my glove off, and then with my wet towelette, I just wiped my hands off real good. And now, so I wanted to count because Okay, let's see. The finger. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 ribs that in that slab that I just ate. And you want rib? You want rib? And this is the leftover. Okay, wait. This is the leftover of the ribs. This is the excess meat and bones that these pups are going to get. Oh shit! Are going to get and going to enjoy. Their little rib bone plate. And I had a slab of ribs for breakfast because I was excited and I got to eat food and so you know again and then you know if I was to like you know how people get excited they get a birthday present or you know yada yada. I haven't had birthday presents and Christmas and yada in years and I'm old as man. Don't expect it. But if I was to get one, to see me celebrate would be like if I just won the $1 million lottery. And that's the difference, you know what I'm saying? But again, I never planned, I never thought I would get sick. I thought I would pass away, you know what I'm saying, without being sick. I thought I would just pass, you know. But shit happens and stuff. Hey, have a good weekend.